Okay, so we move on to task number 6, which is to do with presentation. So over here it says you are going to create a short presentation. All slides must have a consistent layout and formatting unless otherwise instructed. Slides must be formatted to display a title and bulleted list. Okay, so create a presentation of 6 slides using the file j220ram.rtf. So we are supposed to create our presentation using this particular file. Okay, so if you do open up the RAM file, which is over here, you can see it already has content, and this content simply needs to be put in the form of slides in a presentation. Okay, so what we will do is, instead of manually creating a presentation and copying and pasting information, instead what we will do is, in our folder itself, let's right click and say we want a new presentation file, PowerPoint presentation file. Let's open this presentation up. Okay, let's open this presentation up and let's import. Okay, let's import the RAM file into this presentation. Okay, let me show you how. I'm going to say file, I'm going to open, and I'm going to click on browser, and I'm going to go into my folder, 2020 folder, my folder, and right now it's only showing me PowerPoint files. I'm going to change this to show me all files, Word files, Excel files, Notepad files, all that. And from here, I'm going to note where RAM is. RAM is over here. Click on it and say open. So now that particular file has been imported into Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, it has now been imported into Microsoft PowerPoint. There you go. Now it says over here on slide 1, enter your name after the text presented by. Okay, so let's come immediately. We can close this. We don't need this anymore. Let's come over here and say presented by, and let's type our name over here. The next thing it says is format the first slide so that a title slide layout is applied with no bullets. So the first slide is supposed to have a title slide layout. So in the home tab, you can see we have layout over here. I'm going to click over here and I'm going to say I want a title slide layout. Okay, and there are no bullets as well over here, so that's completely fine. Okay, and the next thing it says is the title, subtitle are centered in the middle of the slide. So that's already done as well. Okay, the next thing it says is use a master slide to display only the following features. So now we are going to change our view. Right now we are in normal view, and now we are going to go into something called slide master. And in slide master, there is a particular slide that's called, these are all layouts. If you scroll right to the top, you have something called a master slide. And remember, whatever you do in master slide applies to all your slides. So if there's anything that you want to be applied to all your slides, you should do it in your master slide. Okay. So now we are in our master slide. I hope you have come over here, view tab, come to slide master, and then scroll all the way to the top and come to this particular slide, which is your master slide. Over here, it says your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, so I'm going to insert it in the footer, my name, candidate number, and my center number. Okay, now even though you type it over here, it's not enough. You also have to enable it, you have to activate it. So you need to come into insert, header, and footer, and say the footer, I want to activate it. Now the footer would be visible. Okay, keep that in mind. The next thing it says is automated slide numbers on the bottom left. So if you look over here, you see this hashtag over here inside angle brackets. This is the slide number position. However, the slide number has not been activated, has not been enabled. You again have to come into insert, header, and footer, and say you want to enable, you want to activate slide number. Okay, and the question paper told it has to be on the bottom left. So I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it to the bottom left. Okay, now it's going to appear on top of the date, but date hasn't been activated. The question paper never told us to activate the date. So even though we can see the date over here, normal view, or when you go to print it, date simply would not be visible. Okay. Make sure that master slide items appear in the same position on every slide. There is no overlap. Even though there is an overlap here, it's not a problem because the date has not been activated. So our work in master slide is now done. We can click on view and go back into normal view. So now we're back in normal view. Move the slide with the title background so that it becomes slide number 2. Okay, so we have a slide over here called background. We're supposed to make it slide number 2. Very simple. Drag and drop it and put it in position number 2. Okay. The next thing it says over here is use the data in the file J220 speed to create a line chart to compare the records for each year, solo female and solo male basis only. Okay. So let's open up this file first. Let's open up speed. Okay. And this particular file, I mean, the data over here, we're supposed to convert it into a line chart. Let's make this column bigger so we can properly see it. And it says we're only supposed to focus on the solo female and solo male. Okay, so over here it has the results of, it has the solo female results, it has the solo male results, and it gives the results over a few years, 2014, 15, 17, 18. So we are supposed to show this data using a line chart. Okay, we don't need these three rows. We don't need this. We only need solo female and solo male. We need these results to be shown in a line chart and show each year how it has changed. Okay, so now this is a little difficult to draw. Okay, so we're going to have to try in different ways. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to first select solo female male. I'm going to first select this range and I'm going to draw a line chart and let's see how it comes out. Okay, I'm not going to select the year. Okay, or we can try, let's select the year as well. Let's select the year. Then I'm going to press control and I'm going to select the female and then I'm going to press control and select the male. Okay, let's try insert and here we have line chart. Let's click on 2D line chart. It doesn't look good at all, hasn't worked. Okay, let's try again. A different method this time. Let's select this and then press control and at once select all of this and see what happens. Insert line chart. No, that's not working. Okay, I think we'll have to do it manually. So first what we'll do is we'll create a chart for solo, female and male, and then we'll separate the year, the data by years. Okay, let's just follow me. Okay, so I have selected female and male. Okay, selected the data. Now I'll come into insert and I'll come into a line chart. Okay, this looks good. Let's zoom out. Okay, so this looks okay. We have the values. Okay, so it's showing orange is solo male, blue is solo female, and showing the values. However, over here, we need it to be 2014, 2015, 2016. We need those values to appear over here. So I'm going to have to, modify my chart a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to click on, if you look at the question paper also says over here, include the year as category axis label. Okay, okay, so it needs to be over here. So let's come and modify our chart. Let's click on, or let's come to chart design, and we are going to select our data. Okay, and the category side, which is over here, which is the category side. Okay, I'm going to edit it and I'm going to say I want the years to be displayed over here. So where are the years? The years are from here all the way up to here. This is the range from the J220 speed worksheet from B2 to F2. That's the range the years are. And I'm going to click on OK. And I'm going to again click on OK. So now it has perfectly appeared 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. It has appeared. Okay, that's good. Now the next thing I need to do is the chart with the title solo average speed record. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it as my chart title. Double click over here, paste it. That's also done. The next thing is format the value axis to display the label miles per hour. So over here, it needs to say miles per hour. Okay, so let me come and click on this plus symbol and let's enable axis titles. Okay, so this is going to be miles per hour. Let's move that over there. And this is going to be the year. Okay, they didn't ask us to do this, but let's just do it. Okay, that's done. Okay. And the next thing it says is a minimum value of 6. So right now you can see the chart is starting from 0. The question paper says that this should, what do you call the y-axis should start from 6. Okay, so let's click on this and let's right click and let's click on format. We want to format this axis and we want it to start minimum, not from 0. We want it to start minimum from 6. And what does it say next? Maximum value of 22. So we're going to change not from 18, we're going to make it 22. Right, that's also done. Next thing is increments of 4. So you can see right now it's increasing by 2 each time, right? 6 to 8 is 2, 8 to 10 is 2. The question paper tells us that the increment should be 4. So we come down to units and we say major, we want it to be 4, and minor should also be 4. Okay, so now you can see it is working. Okay, so it's increasing by 4 each time. Perfect. All right, anything else we need to do? Format the chart to display only the data values as labels display to 2 decimal places above each data point. Okay, just a little more to go. Okay, let's close this. So they are saying over here, we need to have data labels for each point. Right now, difficult for you to read the values, right? It's a printout exam, it's quite difficult. Now, it's a soft copy, you can move the cursor and see what the value is. But if it's a printout, it's going to be difficult for the person who's reading to see the exact value of the line. So we're going to enable data labels. Let me show you what it does. You come and click on plus, and if you say data labels, can you see? It's showing us the value at every point. What's the value at each point? So you know the exact value. Okay, you don't need to guess. Okay. And the question paper has told us that these values need to be set to 2 decimal places. Okay. So right now they are all not okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with these, modify these values. Click on this. Let's right click here and let's say format data labels. And over here, we're going to scroll down and we're going to come and click on number. And we're going to say it's not a general value, it's a numeric value, a number value. Okay. And we want it to be decimal places. Okay, so that's perfectly done. Let's do the same for these values as well. We don't want it to be a general value, we want it to be a numeric, a number value to 2 decimal places. So that's also done. Okay. Right. With that done, so a legend to display solo female and solo male, that's already done. Over here, it's solo female, orange is solo male. If you don't have it, you can simply click on this plus and click. I want to and the next thing is place the chart to the left of the bullets beside the title completion record. Okay, let's copy this entire chart. Click on a blank spot in this chart, whole chart. Control C, and we come into completion records, and we are supposed to paste it onto the left of the bullets. Okay, so let's pull this way. Okay, that's good. And Control V. So we have our chart over here. Let's bring our chart over here. Let's make it bigger. There you go. And what do we do next? No overlap. So there's absolutely no overlap at all over here. Save the presentation. So let's click on save. So now the computer asks to see where you want to save it. So make sure you're in the correct folder. Click on browse. Make sure you are in the correct folder. Click on save. And then it goes on to say, print the presentation as handouts with 2 slides to the page, each filling half the page. So when you take a printout, you need to have 2 slides on one A4 paper. So when you press Control P, right now it's only printing 1 page. Okay, we need to make this 2 pages. Okay, so here we're going to say 2 slides per page. Okay, right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on print. You can choose your printer from here and click on print. And then with that, we come to the end of this particular paper, the 2020 June paper 2.2. We have now come to the end of it. Okay, so I hope these videos have been useful for you. I hope you have benefited from them. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of this particular paper. See you then.